I found what I was looking for.
Ooh.
For the this for topic. So one
Okay, where
thing
is
that
it?
this would
So I can go
the
to it.
first thing I'll say just keeps Kinkaku and Ginkaku.
Where is it?
Just make it so that they ate eight tails chakra instead of the nine tails, so there's just more eight tails chakra, and
I mean, I
that
think
doesn't really matter too
I would
much.
just
But like,
remove Ginkaku and Kinkaku
um,
entirely
yeah,
and
that's
just
fine
go
because you
for
have the
some other
tentacle
route.
clone anyway. So
Yeah.
this is actually something I wrote down because this was inspired by a Daiko Knight video, basically saying like the Obito's war arc makes no sense, basically because like Obito is trying to capture the A and Nine Tails, but he doesn't actually have to do the war arc because he's got Kinkaku and Ginkaku and the Tentacle clone. So he can just revive the Ten Tails whenever, and there's absolutely no downsides to doing this. So at that point, he might as well have just done it from the get-go in Seeker, away from everyone else, so that he's not. He doesn't need the Nine Tails. Is basically the point. So what can we do? Either make Kinkaku and Ginkaku have 8 Tails chakra, or just remove them so he just doesn't have the 9 Tails chakra. This makes the war arc necessary for Obito. There's no getting around it. He has to confront Naruto. There's just zero way around it. And so, in this case, when like the Ghetto statue could just steal some of its chakra. Like when Naruto's fighting in KCM, the Ghetto statue can just like wrap a chain around or something. Naruto can break free, but the Ghetto statue was able to steal just a little bit of its chakra. One tail's worth, whatever amount you want to say. Just have it get some of its chakra. And then that's how Obito is able to do the partial transformation. I would also make it to where like there's a downside to doing this as well, so that it's like a last resort. There's some sort of side effect or condition, but ignoring that, yeah, just have Obito get it during their fight when he's got the Ghetto statue out anyway.
I guess I just won't show the topic on screen then.
What do you mean?
I asked like 3 times where it was when you weren't even talking.
There's no, it's not in.
Oh, okay.
It's not in there. It's just on my phone.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think that's actually really great. Yeah. Because again, I'm always like, why is Obito going to Naruto in the war arc? How does Naruto even know where Obito is? They're just going towards each other. They headbutt. It always felt weird. This works if Obito's going to Naruto for the sole purpose of capturing the Nine Tails, as he should have been, just as Naruto's going to defeat Obito. Like, that's the whole point of Tsunade and Raikage's whole dispute anyways, with letting Naruto go. Yeah. It's not to fight in the war,
and then, like,
it's for this exact reason.
And it really puts that dispute on into like a greater like discussion when because
it's compelling.
Naruto fought Obito was able to gather a 1 tail's worth or whatever of its chakra, provide the 10 tails, and it's like, Naruto, we're in an even worse situation because you came here.
The whole world was riding on it. In fact, the 10 Tails is the one that killed Neji and everyone else, which leads even more credence to Obito's heavy words when he's telling that to Naruto.
Yeah, with Naruto, because Naruto can blame himself. Like, if I never came here, Neji wouldn't have died, and all these other people.
Yeah, bro, just imagine, like, Obito's whole speech there, just add on, just tack it on somewhere like, Naruto, this all happened because of you! Because of you! Yeah. Something like that.
be like, if you never came here, like, the 10 Tails wouldn't have been revived, and your friends wouldn't have died, or whatever. Like,
I don't know if I would, like, make it specific, because I feel like that almost ruins the ambiguity of it for, like, the YouTube clip of the coolness of the speech itself that can relate to anyone. You start throwing in vocab, it sort of ruins it. Which is why I took it out of my Madara essay as a side note. Like, I remove all the specifics just so, like, old people that haven't seen Naruto or whatever could just read the essay and understand the point. Yeah. That's why I didn't like that. You remove all the Japanese words, change them to English words, etc., etc. Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have read Naruto. It's not a barrier of entry. But anyways, yeah. But I think things like that.
I mean, if you haven't read Naruto, I feel like that the Obito line wouldn't really be that iconic or hit that hard for you because of you.
well, no, because you'll still feel the weight of the emotion. Personally, I don't know about you. Whenever I go back to like look up heavy-hitting clips on YouTube, like whoever's speech, let's say Pain's speech or whatever, whenever they're using specific things, it feels cheesy. Almost too kiddish, almost like I'm embarrassed listening to it. Like, I can't...
Well,
I don't know if
that's
relates
very
to you,
interesting. very interesting considering your Pain rewrite, where you wanted Naruto to specifically mention things he's done and have Pain specifically counter that. Feels conflicting.
You know what?
So you admit that would be worse.
You know what, Kamui? I'm not even gonna argue against it. I'll even double down on your side. Go ahead, hit me with this full force. I'm opening my full vulnerability to you. Hit me where it hurts.
Well, I feel like I already made the point.
Okay,
like,
perfect.
You
that
basically
works
said you wouldn't like to watch the scene that you rewrote.
It's not that I wouldn't like to rewatch it, because I'm going to rewatch it anyways. I'm just saying, when I rewatch it, the good scene is brought down from great down to good, in my opinion, because they're mentioning all these things, like, oh my gosh. Like,
okay, so so based on what you just said, your Pain rewrite takes it from great down to good.
No, only in this certain aspect, because it doesn't ruin anything. It just means that when I'm watching it after the fact, for my own purposes, outside of the story, just for the life impact, because this is a life experience.
So the number one life experience will become less impactful to your life because of this rewrite.
Well, it's a story rewrite, not a life experience rewrite. Okay.
But Naruto's not a story, it's a life experience. Well, I'm glad we agree. Anyway.
Okay, well, that's actually a perfect